Hello and welcome back. In this video I will talk about everything related to the guild. Let's get cracking. Through the new feature it really has become easy to join a guild right after creating a character. Just go into the guild section and you can see plenty of guilds. As soon as you reach level 10 you can also message guilds via in-game mail. There are a few requirements to get a guild pet. I just realized that this then is some sort of pet mascot which reminds me of American high schools, and then this reminds me of school shooters. Now back to topic. First, the guild leader needs to reach at least level 150 and have at least one pet with level 100. And now to the technicalities of the guild pet. The maximum pet level is determined by the average level of the guild's 25 best players. Having less members will evaluate the missing player's character level as 0. The pet's stats are again correlated to the best 25 players of the guild. To calculate this value, you simply need to create the sum of all their character attributes and divide the results by 10. Because of the way this formula works, it would be smart for the pet's class to correspond to the highest stat. For example, if the highest stat is strength, then you of course should also change your pet's class to warrior. By the way, short side note, the attributes of the pet get recalculated every few hours, so changing your equipment or similar things won't have an instant effect. You can upgrade your pet for 12,500 gold and 2 mushrooms. Each upgrade will increase its level by 5 up to a maximum of 600. This means for fully upgrading it takes 236 mushrooms. The pet's level obviously can't go over the maximum pet level in combat, so upgrading it above the max level is not necessary. You can fight the Hydra with your guild pet once per day. Defeating it will increase the experience rewards from daily quests by 25%, and the Hydra grows an additional head. If you and your guild mates can't defeat the Hydra at least once a day, it will come back tomorrow with one less head. The maximum amount of heads is 10. The guild's Demons portal is really important as it rewards you with up to 50% bonus damage. And considering that damage has such a high importance in the game, it helps you a lot to compete in the Hall of Fame. Of course it is a very tedious process to finish the Demon's Portal, as this takes ages. Most guilds with an average level of 350 already completed this portal. So in the end the reward is huge and it costs absolutely nothing if you disregard the fact that your character dies a few hundred times. But let's be real here, who cares about the lives of a few months old digital character? In conclusion, the Demon Portal offers a clear, no risk, high reward situation. Just like the fun I have with Gamble Beta every night. Unprotected anal sex. The maximum gold and XP bonus is 200%. The half of this bonus is determined by the amount of raids your guild defeated and the other half by the guild upgrades. Let's first talk about the guild upgrades. Everyone has to individually improve those. One upgrade equals a bonus of 0.2%, which means that 500 upgrades are necessary to get the full bonus from the guild upgrades. The first 5 levels only cost gold, and from that on every upgrade costs mushrooms. Here you can see a list of the exact costs. So theoretically, in a full 50 players guild, everyone just needs to upgrade both Treasury and Instructor 10 times, which takes 30 mushrooms. But in practice, some players of course are not willing to take one for the team, even though it would also hugely benefit themselves. But after you wrote them 50 messages to finally have them improve their upgrades, all you get is nothing. But you are not willing to accept this fate and write 5 more messages in which you threaten to kick them. But still nothing. Why are we still here? Just to suffer? I feel my leg. Every night. And it's cool. Okay, this is becoming too much of a therapy session for me now. But probably every guild leader automatically has an increasingly growing hatred towards other people the longer they are in charge. Next up, let's talk about the guild raids. Every raid increases the bonuses by 2%. which means that 50 raids have to be defeated in order to gain the max bonus. And well, guilds can tick off this goal way earlier than the demon portal. Most guilds already completed all 50 raids on an average level of 250. Now you might ask why there are 150 raids in the game if only 50 are necessary. It seems that those additional 100 raids were added so everyone can fill their scrapbook. Imagine a low level player joining a guild that on average is level 300. This player of course doesn't have all the monsters from the guild raid in the scrapbook. And now if the guild defeats the raid, this player's scrapbook refreshes itself and adds all the missing raid monsters to it. First, let's start with guild attacks. If you don't participate in the attack by clicking the according button to ready up, you of course will not be on the battlefield. This works the same with raids. And why do I even explain that? Because it is completely different when defending. If you don't ready up to defend the guild, you will participate in the fight nonetheless, but only with half HP. And players that have been inactive for a longer period of time, at least 21 days to be precise, also participate in the fight, but with a tenth of the health. The mushroom catapult rarely is used, but well, I will explain it anyway. So for 5 mushrooms you can load it. This feature doesn't work for raids. The mushroom catapult attacks a random player and decreases the health by 50%. But due to the way this calculation works, just very low level players of the enemy guild get hit by the catapult. And that is why it is used that seldom, as it almost never decides the outcome of a fight. Most of the time when attacking enemy guilds, it is important to not only watch out for the member count, but also the level of the top players. In my experience, it always is better to attack a guild which you know is weaker than yours. If you take the gamble and attack a guild that is equally strong, you run into the risk of potentially losing the battle, which would prevent you from getting XP for the fight and reduces your Hall of Fame rank. And well, it always is as said important to compare your guild's character levels with the guild you want to attack. Of course, inactivity also plays a huge role, and you most of the time can recognize inactive players by looking at their profiles, and if they don't have trinkets, the chance is very high for them to be inactive. And if that player also has no mount, this person is pretty much guaranteed to not be active anymore, through which even low level guilds can beat higher level guilds. And that was it guys. Thank you for watching and goodbye.